Welcome back. This Zap is going to be one that takes new appointments that are scheduled via Calendly and creates a Zoom video call for those events, and then logs the events in a Google Sheet so that you can see all of the meetings that you have scheduled and that you've had in the past. This is very helpful for personal productivity. And so let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so we're in the Zapier dashboard like always. We're going to go ahead and click Make a Zap. So the very first thing that we need to happen is a new appointment needs to be scheduled in Calendly. If you're not familiar with Calendly, what it allows you to do is set up a calendar that looks at maybe your Google Calendar and finds open slots. And then when you send a link to someone, they can see those slots and schedule one of them with you. Super handy, especially for busy people or people who have a lot of meetings. They can send a link out and then other people can find the times that work for them. So whenever someone schedules a new meeting, and we'll run through a test after this to show you how it works, we want to do a bunch of stuff. So the trigger is going to be Calendly. We'll click Calendly. The event is going to be invitee created. We'll click continue. We'll make sure that our account is selected. So we'll sign in really quick. It looks like they need an API key in order to sign in to Calendly. Now, this is a thing that you're going to encounter multiple times within Zapier if we haven't already encountered it. Instead of just logging in with your credentials, it's asking for a special key, and you get this key from navigating into Calendly. So we'll click integrations, and there is our API key. I'm going to copy that, move back over into Zapier, and type that in. Yes, continue. And there we have it. We'll click continue here. Now it's looking for a sample event. We haven't had anyone schedule anything, I don't think. So if I click test and review, it might come back with an error. Looks like they can't find a sample. Sometimes an app within Zapier is going to give you just a generic sample to use, but we're going to go ahead and have to schedule an appointment here so that it generates a sample. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is what it looks like for a user clicking your link. They're like, hey, yeah, let's have a 30-minute chat. I'm going to schedule it for the 21st at 10 a.m. We'll confirm it. Here's my name. We'll call it Zapier Test as the name. Instructor Bryce V. Gmail. Can't wait to meet as the note. Schedule event. And there we have it. We'll go back into Zapier and we're going to go ahead and retest. Now we should find that sample, and there it is. 30-minute chat, the name of the person, the email, all that good stuff. So we are ready to move on. Our trigger is now complete. Now our first action, we want to create a Zoom meeting for this event. So I'll click Zoom and find that app. And we'll go to create meeting. We'll click continue. We'll sign into Zoom. I'm already signed in another tab. So we'll go ahead and pre-approve it and click authorize. All right, so once we're in, there's just a few things we need to set up. The meeting type, which we'll click meeting, not a webinar. The topic, we're going to pull in the topic from the Calendly event, which is the event type name. That's one of the fields that you filled out. This is just a 30-minute chat. We'll go ahead and click that. When is it going to happen? The event start time from the Calendly trigger. The duration is going to be 30 minutes. I think we can just type that in, but let's see if, there it is. It has a duration here too. So we'll go ahead and pull that in from Calendly as well. 30 in minutes, perfect. We'll click continue. It's going to use the sample trigger data. So we're going to click test and review, and success. It looks like a meeting was created. Perfect. We're going to add one more step, which is the Google Sheets step to log this. So there's Google Sheets. We're going to create a new spreadsheet row. The account, I already have it authenticated. I'll click continue. The spreadsheet, we want meetings. It's just the first worksheet in the spreadsheet. And we can see over here, if I navigate into this other tab I have open, this is all it is, a very simple spreadsheet to record the name of the person for the meeting, their email, the date, and the notes that they leave when they sign up for that Calendly event. So we're just going to map those things straight from Calendly. The name, invitee name, their email, invitee email, the date, and let's do the pretty version of the date. There we go. And any notes, which is considered answers in Calendly. We'll click continue. We'll give it a second to load and then test and review. It says, boom, it works. So let's just double check. We'll go into Google Sheets, and there is all the information recorded. Beautiful. Now we're done editing. We're going to just name this Calendly events Zoom to Google Sheets. Beautiful. And we'll turn it on. Awesome. So now that this is set up, let's go ahead and run one more live test just to make sure it's working. So we'll go back into Calendly, assume that I sent this link out to someone and said, hey, let's meet. Please pick a time that works for you. They received the link. They're looking at this screen right now, and they choose the 24th at, let's call it an afternoon meeting at 2 p.m. They'll click confirm. Test name with email. Looking forward to chatting. Schedule event. Confirmed. Okay, so right now we can assume that the Zap triggered with a new invitee, right? And then it created a Zoom meeting and then added it to the Google Sheet. So the first thing we're going to look at is Zoom to make sure that that happened. We'll refresh. Awesome. The 24th. Great. And then if we go into Google Sheets, there it is. Test name. Perfect. So it came through. One thing you can check in Zapier, if we haven't done so already, is the task history to see everything that's run. And when you click into these, then you can see all the information that came through, what exactly happened. If there were any errors, they would show up here. But that just gives you a good log of what happened with the Zap. Okay, well, that wraps that Zap up. We will see you in the next lecture.